வா யார் குட்டிடுறான் ஒன்றும் ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. சரி நான் பார்த்துட்டு என்ன கால் பண்ணுறேன். பிரேம்லதா ரெண்டாக பிரிக்கணும். இது அவங்க பேசிக்கிட்டே போகிறாங்க. ஒன்று இந்த வீரவாள் பரிசு ஹையஸ்ட், ரெண்டாவது பார்ட் வந்து ஹையஸ்ட் பரிசு, ஃபஸ்ட் பார்ட்டு வீரவாள் பரிசு. குழுவடியில் எப்படி யார் பாப்பா உட்காந்து அது ரெண்டாக பிரிக்கணும். அண்ணா மைக் அண்ட் ஆக்சட் டெஸ்க்டாப் குறைச்சி தானே வச்சுருக்கேன். இப்போ வருதா? ஏன்னா அது மைக்கை ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டேன், ரெட் கலர் காட்டிடுச்சு. இப்போ டெஸ்க்டாப் ஆடியோ ஒரு நிமிஷம் வீடியோ கால் பண்ணுவா? சரி இது இப்பா கூட்டணி சொல்கிறாங்க. ஒரு கூட்டணி பற்றி சொல்கிறாங்க. பாருண்ணா என்ன பண்ண இல்லையா? URL, width, height, custom, default எல்லாம் காட்டுது. ஆமா, அது ஆடியோ எதுவும் காட்டல. Shutdown source when not visible. Refresh browser when scene become active. இதுவா? சரி.
கூட்டணி அறிவிக்கவில்லை. இந்த நிமிஷம் வரைக்கும் எந்த கட்சியுமே கூட்டணி அறிவிக்கல. இவங்க தான் எங்க கூட்டணின்னு சொல்லல. அப்படி இருக்கும் பொழுது நாமும் சிறிது ஆலோசித்து தெளிவாக சிந்தித்து நல்ல தீர்ப்பை தான் எடுக்க வேண்டும் என்பதை நம்ம மாவட்ட கழக செயலாளர்கள் சொல்லி இருக்காங்க.
தை பிறந்தால் வழி பிறக்கும். கண்டிப்பா. இப்ப நீங்க சொல்லுங்க, எனக்கு நான் யார பத்தியும் பயப்பட மாட்டேன், உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். நான் கேட்கறது இல்ல, எங்க மாவட்ட செயலாளர்கள் நிர்வாகிகள் என் கடைக்கோடியில் இருக்கின்ற என் தொண்டர்களை உங்களை பார்த்து நான் கேட்கிறேன். இந்த மாநாடு மேடையில் நம்ம அறிவிக்கணுமா? 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 ஏன் கேட்கிறேன்னா, நம்ம இவ்வளவு நாள் சத்திரியனா வாழ்ந்துட்டோம், இனிமேல் சாணக்கியத்தனமாக நாமளும் வாழணும். இன்னைக்கு ஆண்ட கட்சியும் ஆளுங்கட்சியுமே யார் யாரெல்லாம் கூட்டணி என்று அறிவிக்காத போது, அந்த கூட்டணியிலே யார் யார் அங்கம் வகித்திருக்கிறார்கள் என்று சொல்லாத போது, மத்திய மாநில ஆட்சியில் இருப்பவர்கள் சொல்லாத போது, நாம மட்டும் எதற்காக முந்திரி கொட்ட மாதிரி அவசரப்படணும்? நாமும் நின்று நிதானமா யோசிச்சு அடிப்போம். ஆனா தேமுதிக சாதாரண கட்சி இல்லை. மீண்டும் சொல்கிறேன், நமக்கென்று ஒரு கௌரவம் உண்டு, நமக்கென்று ஒரு மரியாதை உண்டு, நமக்கென்று ஒரு கண்ணியம் உண்டு. அதையெல்லாம் யார் மதிக்கிறார்களோ அவர்களோட தான், என் தொண்டர்களை யார் மதிக்கிறார்களோ
அவங்க கூட தான் கூட்டணி. ஏன்னா தலைவர் சொல்வார், நான் தலை குனிவனே ஒளி என் தொண்டனை தலை குனிய வைக்க மாட்டேன் என்று.
அதேதான் உங்க அண்ணியாரும் நான் சொல்றேன். எத்தனை ஏச்சுக்கள் பேச்சுக்கள் பழி பாவம் பேரம் பேசுறாங்க, பொட்டிவாங்க, என்ன வேணா சொல்லுங்கடா. நீங்க என் தொண்டர்கள் என்ன சொல்றாங்களோ அது மட்டுமே என்னுடைய வேத வாக்கு என்பதை இந்த நேரத்தில் நான் சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். எனவே நாமும் தெளிவாக சிந்திச்சு டைம் எடுத்து இவ்வளோ நாள் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டோம். தெளிவா சிந்திச்சு ஒரு மகத்தான கூட்டணியை உங்கள் ஒப்புதலுடன் தான், உங்கள் ஒப்புதலுடன், எங்க மாவட்ட செயலாளர்கள் நிர்வாகிகள் அத்தனை பேர் ஒப்புதலுடன் தான் நாம் அறிவிப்போம். ஆனா நாம் யாருடன் கூட்டணி வைக்கிறோமோ அவங்க தான் ஆட்சி அமைப்பாங்க, அவங்க தான் நிச்சயம் நம்மளுடைய கூட்டணியில இருப்பவங்க தான் ஆட்சி அமைப்பாங்க. அது மட்டும் புரிஞ்சுக்க. அதனால கொஞ்ச நாள் வெயிட் பண்ணுவோம். தை பிறந்தால் வழி பிறக்கும். அதனால நல்ல வழி நம்ம கேப்டன் நமக்கு காமிப்பார். அதனால உங்க எல்லாருக்குமே அண்ணி என்ன சொல்ல போறாங்க என்ற ஆவலோடு வந்த உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய உரை திருப்தியா இருக்கா? ஓகேவா? பொறுமையா முடிவெடுக்கலாமா? தை பிறந்தா வழி பிறக்குமா? வெற்றி ஒன்றுதான் நம்ம இலக்கு. அவசரப்படுற கட்சி நம்ம கிடையாது. இனிமே வெற்றி தான் இனிமே நம்ம கொள்கை. வெற்றி ஒன்றே உறுதி. ஆனா யாருடன் கூட்டணி அமைக்க வேண்டும் என்பதை கேப்டன் எனக்கும் மாவட்ட செயலாளர் எனக்கு காமிச்சிட்டாங்க. ஆனால் நிச்சயமாக கொஞ்சம் காலம் பொறுத்திருந்து நமக்கு உரிய இடங்களும் நமக்குரிய தொகுதிகளையும் உரிய முறையில பெற்று என் கடைகோடி தொண்டனும் தலை நிமிர்ந்து நடக்கக்கூடிய அளவு ஒரு மகத்தான கூட்டணியை நிச்சயமாக நாம் அமைப்போம் என்று சொல்லி நீங்கள் அனைவரும் பத்திரமா வீடு போய் சேரணும். கேப்டன் சொல்ற மாதிரி சொல்றேன், பத்திரமா வீடு போய் சேரணும். நான் தூங்க மாட்டேன், நிச்சயமா இது உண்மை ஒவ்வொருத்தரும். எனவே நல்லபடியாக பத்திரமா போய் சேருங்க. மீண்டும் நாம் சந்திப்போம் என்று சொல்லி தலைவர் எப்பொழுதும் சொல்வது போல் இயன்றதை செய்வோம், இல்லாதவர்க்கே தமிழன் என்று சொல்லடா, தலை நிமிர்ந்து நில்லடா, நமது முரசு எட்டத்திற்கும் வெற்றி முரசு என்று சொல்லி உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் அட்வான்ஸ் பொங்கல் வாழ்த்துக்களை கூறி உங்களை அனைவரிடம் இருந்து விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
அந்த வானத்தை போல மனம் படைச்ச
இந்த மாநாட்டை சிறப்பாக அமைத்து கொடுத்த கன்னியப்பன் அவர்களும் சுரேஷ் அவர்களும் இந்த மேடைக்கு வரும்படி கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். இந்த கேப்டன் அவர்களுடைய வளர்ப்பிலே வந்த நாம் இந்த மாநாட்டிலே உழைத்து நான் நினைப்பது என்னுடைய பிறவிக்கடனை இந்த மாநாட்டிற்காக, இந்த மாநாட்டுடைய வெற்றியிலே நான் பிறவிக்கடன் அடைந்து விட்டதாக உணர்கிறேன். நமக்கு அடுத்து இந்த கழகத்தை வளர்ப்பதற்கு அந்நியார் அவர்களும் கேப்டனுடைய கலை அரசியல் வாரிசு இருக்கிறார்கள். என்னை போன்ற என்னுடைய பிள்ளைகள், என்னோடு வயது ஒற்றியவருடைய பிள்ளைகள், என்னோடு வயது ஒற்றிய தம்பிகள் எல்லோரும் கேப்டனுடைய கலை வாரிசான சண்முக பாண்டியன் அவர்களுக்கு அந்த ரசிகர் மன்றத்தின் சார்பாக இங்கே ஒரு மலர் மாலை அணிவிக்க அந்நியார் அவர்கள் அனுமதி தர வேண்டும் என்று கேட்டு அவர்களுக்கு மலர் மாலை அணிவித்து வருகிறோம். நாம் கேப்டன் எந்த உச்சத்தை கலைத்துறையிலே பெற்றாரோ அதை அவருக்கு கொடுக்க வேண்டியது நமது கடமை. அரசியலுடைய உச்சத்திற்கு கொண்டு செல்ல வேண்டியது நமது தம்பியை, நமது கடமை என்று கூறி எனக்கு நன்றியை நமது செய்தி தொடர்பாளர் ராஜேந்திரநாதன் அவர்கள் உங்களிடத்திலே நன்றி கூறுவார்.
உணர்வில் தமிழனாக இரு, ஒற்றுமையில் இந்தியனாக இரு, மொத்தத்தில் மனிதனாக இரு என்று கூறிய கேப்டன் கோயம்பேட்டில் தெய்வமாக வீற்றிருக்கிறார். அவரை வணங்கி இந்த நன்றி உரையை ஆரம்பிக்கிறேன். இந்த கடலூர் மாவட்டத்தில் இந்த சிறப்பான மக்கள் உரிமை மீட்பு மாநாடு 2.0 நடத்திய மாவட்ட செயலாளர்கள் அண்ணன் சிவக்கொழுந்து அவர்களுக்கும் அண்ணன் உமாநாத் அவர்களுக்கும் அவரோடு தோல் நின்ற அனைத்து மாவட்ட ஒன்றிய நகர கிளைக்கழக நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் இங்கு வருகை தந்திருக்கும் தமிழ்நாட்டில் உள்ள அனைத்து ஒன்றிய நகர பேரூர் கழக கிளைக்கழக பகுதி கழக நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் மற்றும் மாவட்ட செயலாளர்களுக்கும் மாநில நிர்வாகிகளுக்கும் மகளிர் அணியை சார்ந்தவர்களுக்கும் தன் திரைப்படத்தின் மூலம் தனி மரியாதையை காவல்துறைக்கு ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுத்தவர் கேப்டன் அவர்கள். அந்த காவல்துறையை சார்ந்த அதிகாரிகளுக்கும் மற்றும் பத்திரிகை தொலைக்காட்சி நண்பர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் எங்களுடைய நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறோம். முக்கியமாக இங்கு இடம் கொடுத்து உதவிய சவுண்ட் அண்ட் லைட் சுரேஷ் அவர்களுக்கு இப்போது பரிசு பொருள் வழங்கப்படுகிறது. மரியாதை செய்யப்படுகிறது. யார் மொபைல் மற்றும் அழகான முறையில் பந்தல் அமைத்து கொடுத்த திரு கன்னியப்பன் அவர்களுக்கு மரியாதை செய்யப்படுகிறது. யானை பசிக்கு சோலாபுரி. திரு கன்னியப்பன் அவர்கள் எங்க இருந்தாலும் வாங்க. அவருடைய மகன் உமாபதி அவர்களையும் மேடைக்கு அழைக்கின்றோம். சிறப்பான முறையில் இந்த பந்தலையும் சுற்று புறத்தையும் அமைத்து கொடுத்த திரு கன்னியப்பன் அவர்களையும் உமாபதி அவர்களையும் மேடைக்கு அன்போடு வரும்படி அழைக்கின்றோம். ஸ்டேஜ் ஏற்பாடு கொடுத்த மாமண்டி அவர்களையும் மேடைக்கு அழைக்கின்றோம்.
கொஞ்சம்
Hi, my name is Chirag Jumkhala. I've been working in the field of AI for more than a decade. Now, over these decades, I've managed to create 2 businesses successfully running in the field of artificial intelligence. I've also worked across sectors like aerospace, banking, finance, insurance, fisheries, etc. And I've also worked and helped companies like HDFC, Paytm, Viacom18 to leverage artificial intelligence. Now, over these years, I've worked across thousands of businesses, understanding where they can apply AI and help them get automation running for their business, especially in their specific principles and functions. Now, this experience has helped me create a roadmap, a blueprint that is seamless enough for any business, no matter how big or small, to leverage AI and automation in the right sense that can help them scale and make sure that they are on autopilot while you relax and have fun.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the Student Activity Center, IIT Madras. I am Anshita Hegde, a co-team member of Shastra and your host today. We are gathered here today for the inauguration of IITM Global and Fortnight, the annual fest celebration of IIT Madras. This is followed by an engaging fireside chat that promises thoughtful conversations and valuable insights. To commence today's event, I would request everyone to please rise as we pay respect to our culture and motherland through Tamil Thai Valtu and Vande Matram.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தர்க்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போலனை துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திரும்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே 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 வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் சுஜலாம் சுபலாம் மலயஜ சீதளாம் शस्य श्यामलां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रजोत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी भुल्लकुसुमितद्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्.
Big dreams start small. At GoDaddy, we help you take that first step and every step after. From getting your domain to creating your website, email and online security, we've got you covered. You don't need to be a tech expert. You just need a starting point. GoDaddy gives you the tools, the expert support and the push to make it real. Your brand starts here with GoDaddy.
Thank you. I would now like to request all dignitaries to please proceed to the lighting of the lamp. We are very honored today to have Mrs. Kyoko Jaishankar join us for the festivities today. I would like her also to please join us for the lighting of the lamp. So. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. Today marks a historic milestone as IIT Madras formally launches IITM Global, a bold step towards building a truly multinational university. IITM Global establishes a sustainable, institution-led global footprint that carries IIT Madras' strengths in research, deep tech innovation, and advanced academics into key international markets while remaining responsive to local and regional priorities. It represents a new model of global academic diplomacy, enabling partnership across governments, industry, academia, and innovation ecosystems, and positioning India as a trusted global knowledge leader. To present the institutional vision of global strategy of IIT Madras, I respectfully invite Professor V. Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras, to address this distinguished gathering. Sir, please.
A very good morning to all of you. Please join me with a great round of applause to invite our Honorable Dr. Jaishankar, Ministry of External Affairs. Thank you very much, sir. On behalf of our Board of Governors and our faculty, staff, and students, we immensely thank you for all the support your ministry has extended, that we are the first ever IIT to start an abroad campus at Zanzibar. So thank you very, very much for that. Friends, the COVID vaccine has taught us that if you solve a problem for Bharat, we have solved the problem for the entire globe. And with this as a motivation, IIT Madras is today launching the IIT Madras Global, which intends to take our Indian technology to foreign countries. We intend to do technology transfers there. We intend to take our startups there and see if they could get business there. We intend to see if there could be investors who will be interested in our startups, and we are also interested to see if we could do certain joint development agreements. As you will be witnessing today, we have more than a couple of dozens of MOUs that we will be exchanging today. This actually marks a very important point or cusp for IIT Madras, because we are certainly looking at a large range collaborations, international collaboration from this point onwards. Sir, thank you very much for being here. It means so much to us. And today also marks the important milestone of the Tech Festival that we are inaugurating, the Shastra, which is now India's largest student-run tech festival. So congratulations to the team for putting this up. And we also have the Institute Open House, where we really want to tell the world what higher education essentially means and what are the prospects specifically in the area of core engineering. And we have the open house, and we are expecting around 80,000 participants in the next 3 days. So again, welcome to all the schools who have participated here. I'm sure we are going to have a very enriching session today with the Honorable External Affairs Minister, and I'm sure you will all enjoy the stay at IIT Madras. A hearty welcome again to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. To give us a glimpse into IIT Madras' growing international presence and global vision, it is my pleasure to welcome Professor Raghunathan Rangaswamy, Dean of Global Engagement, IIT Madras, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Innovation, rooted in knowledge, driven by science, and destined for the world. India today is fueling a new knowledge economy with values rooted in peace, tolerance, and spirituality, empowered by high-quality academic institutions like IIT Madras. And it is this legacy that we are now ready to expand with IITM Global, the world's first multinational university.
So IIT Madras Global is to take our solutions to the entire world and also take some very important problems that the other parts of the world has and bring it to IIT Madras so that our faculty, our young children can work on it and give solutions.
IITM Global, where India meets the world and the world meets its future.
So I'm here to introduce IIT Madras Global Research Foundation, for short IITM Global. The idea of IITM Global is to take 4 pillars of activities that IIT Madras does to the global audience. Next slide, please. So these activities can be put under academic programs, research and consultancy, startups, and intellectual property. In terms of academic programs, we have the world's largest online bachelor's programs in data science and electronic systems. We have NPTEL, which has had more than 3.5 crore learners who have participated in the system. We have several joint programs where international students are starting to get their PhDs and so on. In terms of research and consultancy, IIT Madras is probably the largest university research ecosystem that exists in India. In the last 5 to 10 years, IIT Madras has done sponsored consultancy over 4,500 crores, consultancy for industry over 3,000 crores, and so on. So that tells you the kind of research and consultancy infrastructure that we have here. IIT Madras is an ecosystem which has IIT Madras Research Park, IIT Madras Pravartak, IIT Madras Incubation Cell, and so on. From the Research Park ecosystem, we have had about more than 500 startups that have been incubated. The startups that have gone for valuation, the combined valuation is more than $6 billion of total valuation. So that tells you the scale of the startup ecosystem that we have built. And in terms of intellectual property, we have started to patent about 1 patent a day. Last year, we had about 407 patent filings. All of this points to a very, very rich ecosystem, which is top-notch not only in academic programs, but also in research, startups, and IP. Next slide, please. So what is IITM Global? IITM Global is the vehicle that we think that we can use to take these 4 pillars to a global audience. We conceive of IITM Global using 2 important aspects that we will cover. One is that these global initiatives will have global centers, physical centers. Initially, we have 5 physical centers that we are thinking about. That's one part of what is IITM Global. The other part is to have a multi-stakeholder digital platform that will allow IIT Madras Global to take IIT Madras initiatives to the world. That's the way we think about it. So we follow slightly different models. In the US, it has been through Diaspora Connect and our alumni. In Germany, we are partnering with TU Dresden, and we are going to have a trans campus, which will also host our IITM Global. In Malaysia, we are working with state government. Already space has been approved, and we are starting academic programs in Malaysia. In UK, again, we are working with a university partner, Durham University, where we are writing an articulation agreement for taking space in Durham. In UAE, we are working with the central government, and we have been promised a $3 million grant for the first subsidiary that we'll announce in UAE soon. Next slide, please. Just in terms of, those were in terms of the 5 centers that we are going to work with, but in terms of the pillars that we are working with, there's already lots of work that we have done. In research and consultancy, we are looking at taking Indian companies through IITM Global abroad, bringing companies from abroad into our fold, and also providing consultancy opportunities for our faculty. International academic programs, we are planning to take our bespoke international programs in quantum, data science, and so on to a global audience. Of course, IP commercialization, since we have several patents that are already existing with IIT Madras, we are looking at how to localize these, co-patent with our partners, and simply expand commercialization activities as far as IPs are concerned. And startups, we have commitment from several players for initial seed grant for these startups and so on. So there's a lot that has been done. We've been waiting for this inauguration to really run with this and do implementations. And I'm really thankful that our Honorable External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has agreed to inaugurate IITM Global. I hope that this initiative becomes a big success. And we hope that other institutions in India pick up on at least some of these aspects of what we are trying to do. And as we go along, obviously there are going to be hardships, there are going to be learnings and so on. We will be very, very happy to share those to the institutions that would like to pursue things like this. Finally, I just want to say this is an initiative to really showcase Indian institutions. We have very, very fine Indian institutions, and we hope through initiatives such as these, our Indian higher education institutions find their rightful place in the global knowledge landscape. That's the basic idea of IITM Global. Again, I'm very thankful to the External Affairs Minister for being here and inaugurating this, and I hope this becomes a big success for IIT Madras and India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your comprehensive overview of IIT Madras Global Vision. Moving from vision to action, we now proceed with the signing of Memorandum of Understanding between IITM Global and dignitaries across the globe. To formally announce the MOU signing, I would like to invite Mr. Thirumalai Madhav Narayan, CEO of IITM Global Research Foundation. Thank you.
Good morning and Happy New Year. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Director of IIT Madras, Professor V. Kamakoti, respected Deans of IIT Madras, Advisor, Co-Curricular Affairs, delegates from foreign governments, embassies, consulates, leaders from the industry, academia, startups, and the global innovation ecosystem. It's my privilege to welcome you to a defining moment in the global journey of IIT Madras. Today is not just about signing MOUs, it is a shared belief in the power of knowledge, collaboration, and global purpose. Today reflects the strength of institutional commitment to partnership, to co-create, and for global impact. Through IIT Madras Global Research Foundation, IIT Madras is taking its entire research, innovation, and academic ecosystem beyond borders, responsibly, sustainably, and at scale. The MOUs being announced today span governments, universities, industry leaders, investors, and innovation platforms across 5 strategic global regions. Each partnership is anchored on the 4 pillars: deep tech startups, sponsored research and consultancy, IP and technology transfer, and high-end global academic programs. May I now request External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Director of IIT Madras, Professor V. Kamakoti, Dean of Global Engagement, Professor Raghunathan Rangaswamy, to step forward for the MOU exchanges. We begin with Germany. Germany represents a depth of engineering and industrial leadership. We don't have the partners here, but I'll quickly read out. Technology University Dresden. We have forged a strategic Indo-German deep tech alliance spanning advanced research, entrepreneurship, technology, translation. With Carl Zeiss, a global industry academic innovation hub to be set up in IIT Madras. This is the first hub outside of Germany that Carl Zeiss will be setting up. With Flexora GmbH, and this is something that we've been talking about at the institute level. It's a German startup in collaboration with TUD that we are enabling through IIT Madras to access Indian market. We'll quickly move on to Malaysia. With Advanced Semiconductor Academy of Malaysia, we'll be collaborating in building semiconductor talent, research excellence, and industry aligned skilling for Malaysia. Request Ms. Angel Low, General Manager, Assam, on stage, please. Thank you. Next, we have with Aisling Malaysia, collaborating to establish a hub for high-end skilling and academic programs to address talent gaps and driving employability in Malaysia. Request Mr. Akhil Gupta, Board Member Aisling, on stage, please. Next, Singapore, all of us know as the hub of Southeast Asia. So we're partnering with Gates APAC Singapore, a partnership to accelerate global scale-up pathways for Indian deep tech ventures across the ASEAN region. Request Mr. Ashish Kapahi, Executive Director, Gates APAC, on stage, please. Next, in the Middle East, we have United Arab Emirates. We don't have the government. We have signed up with the government, the Department of Economy and Tourism, a strategic partnership tied to D33 economic agenda of Dubai to foster entrepreneurial ecosystem and support the growth of local startups and scale-ups in collaboration with Dubai corporates. We have a strategic engagement with Dubai Future Foundation, a deep-rooted collaboration in research and development for establishing a global testbed for frontier technologies. A strategic engagement with the World Government Summit, connecting scientists from IIT Madras and across the country to the world's premier platform for future governance, policy innovation, and global leadership. With MCA Gulf, we are partnering to enable structured market access and scale-up opportunities for Indian startups. Mr. Venkatesh, the managing partner. Thank you. Next, with AGNA Capital, a one-of-its-kind academic institute-led global growth fund, IITM Global, to accelerate the international scale-up of deep tech ventures from India. Request Mr. Injadrit Sirsikar, CEO, AGNA Capital. Next, United Kingdom, with Durham University, IITM Global will establish a center advancing Indo-European collaboration in sustainability, health, and advanced technologies. This partnership strengthens research excellence, doctoral pathways, and global academic exchange. Request Professor Mike Shipman. The United States of America has always been a cornerstone of global research and innovation, with CA startups in California, a West Coast gateway enabling for startups, soft landing and accelerator access, IP-led scaling, industry and employment-focused scaling programs. Mr. Vish Arunachalam. Next, CFO Bridge, building global CFO and financial leadership bridges to enable scale governance and capital readiness for Indian startups going global from IITM Global. Mr. Swami Subramaniam, partner, CFO Bridge. Through Stages Consulting Partnership, which would act as the East Coast gateway, Indian deep tech startups gain structured access to US capital infrastructure and global acceleration, high-end academic and scaling programs, driving employability entrepreneurship. We have Mr. Kanak Subramaniam. With Rutgers University, IITM Global establishes a flagship Indo-US institutional platform, advancing joint research, innovation hubs, and global academic pathways. Professor Mukund V. Karve from Rutgers. Together, these partnerships anchor IIT Madras' institutional presence in the United States. Taking India global. So we have a strategic partnership signed up with MeitY, enabling global market access for Indian deep tech startups. Request Dr. Paneerselvam, CEO, MeitY. Next, NCRT. This is an education that has been reimagined platform called Parak on a national scale through research-driven pedagogy and digital innovation. This will go to move to global deployment, partnering with IITM Global, starting with Africa. We don't have them here today, but just wanted to announce. Next, with Coromandel International, a corporate R&D hub to be established at IIT Madras Research Park, enabling deep industry academia collaboration in research and innovation. Mr. Narayanan Velayan, whole-time director, strategic sourcing from Coromandel. SQ1 India, this is a partnership to advance cybersecurity research, products and digital resilience for national and global systems, leading to establishing a COE at IIT Madras and eventually taking the competency global. Mr. Satish Narayanan, co-founder and CEO, SQ1. Next, Strat Infinity India, a GCC enabler, a partnership to enable global capability centers and enterprise innovation platforms for multinational expansion into India through IITM Global. Request Mr. Bala, CEO Strat Infinity.
With Udemy, there's a world of possibility at your fingertips. With one click, you're in the leading online marketplace for learning and skills. Want to become an AI expert? This is learning from real-world experts around the globe. Want to awaken your artistic side? This is learning your way. Want to switch professions? Help your team reskill? This is Udemy, the power of possibilities.
IAN Indian Angel Network is next, and we know all about them, catalyzing capital for scale-ups and deep tech valuation. IITM Global is enabling a knowledge partnership to help curate and mentor startups. Mr. Brendan Feroz. With IdeaBas as a knowledge partner for an inclusive innovation platform, nurturing grassroots entrepreneurship from across the nation to be scaled globally. Mr. Mudit Kumar, co-founder IdeaBas. And last but not the least, our own IIT Madras IC incubated startup Galaxy, which is into the area of next generation Earth observation technology, will go global, with Africa as the first region through proposed ground stations and AI Center for Research. Mr. Suyas Singh, founder and CEO. Taken together, these MOUs represent more than partnerships. They represent a new model of institution-led global engagement, a model where research meets relevance, innovation meets industry, and education meets global aspiration. With these, we are also pleased to officially welcome on board our member startups today. The following 10 IITM startups: A3AI, Archons, AlphaGeek, ePlane, Fipsol, Galaxy, Geeta, Green Environment, Tutor Hyperloop, and Satori have taken their first step towards global growth with IITM Global. We wish each of them every success as they embark on this international expansion journey. Now, may I request the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, to formally inaugurate IITM Global.
We are now officially launching IITM Global.
Thank you, sir. With the inauguration of IITM Global Center, we mark an important step in expanding IIT Madras' global presence and collaborative vision. Building on the spirit of innovation and connectivity, we now turn to a celebration that embodies the same values through student-led excellence. Fortnight, the annual fest season of IIT Madras. I would now like to invite Professor Satyanarayana N. Kumadi, Dean of Students, to give insights on this IIT Festival Fortnight to our guests. This is the convergence of 3 events. Looking to hear from you, sir. Sir, please.
So, distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. S. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs, Government of India, Professor V. Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras, distinguished dignitaries from the partnering countries, colleagues from IIT Madras, and my dear students, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Very good morning to all of you. It is my great honor and pleasure to introduce the festival fortnight of IIT Madras to all of you. The festival, a part of our Anivarkum IITM, means IITM for all, is a convergence of three major events that we have annually on campus when we open our gates to the public and invite them to visit, explore, and experience IIT Madras, the top leading institute of the country. Shastra, the annual technical festival of IIT Madras, is one of the largest student-run technical festival, and it is a premier platform celebrating science, technology, and innovation since its inception in 2000. This year, 27th edition of Shastra is being held from 2nd to 6th January 2026. The theme of this year's Shastra is Artifacts of Arcade, reimagines the festival as an interactive, game-like ecosystem where each competition or workshop feels like a new level to conquer, blending hands-on learning with nostalgia-driven engagement. Shastra hosts a wide range of events which includes technical competitions, workshops, research conferences, and industry interactions which enable students to learn, collaborate, and apply their knowledge. We have a fabulous line of speakers to inspire the young minds, starting from Dr. S. Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister, Government of India, Professor Jeffrey Ullman, Turing Award Laureate, Professor Subra Suresh, former Director of US National Science Foundation, Dr. Vidita Vaidya, Swanti Swarup Bhatnagar, prize-winning neuroscientist, and several other eminent scientists, administrators, and visionary leaders. This year, Shastra is also a special social campaign, Here for You, which focuses on health, hearing health, an issue that affects the 63 million people in India. With these numbers expected to rise significantly in the coming decades, this campaign encourages students to think about technology with empathy and social responsibility. It is a reminder that innovation must be inclusive and accessible. The Institute Open House, which was initiated a few years ago under Shastra, provides a unique opportunity for college and school students, educators, and families to visit the academic departments, research centers of excellence, state-of-art labs, and various technological innovations for which the Institute is renowned. This year, we had overwhelming response from all over the country, and we have invited 65,000 participants this year. The open house includes around 100 plus exhibition stalls at Kendra Vidyalaya grounds, 100 laboratories at 18 academic departments, which includes 4 national research centers, 11 institute research centers, and 15 centers of excellence to inspire young minds to see engineering and science as tools to solve real-world problems. The festival fortnight also features the 52nd edition of annual cultural festival Sarang to be held from 8th to 12th January 2026. Sarang is nationally recognized student-run initiative that brings together talent, competition, and cultural dialogue from institutions across the country. Over the years, it has evolved into a comprehensive platform encompassing a wide range of cultural, artistic, intellectual, and performative disciplines. Flagship cultural events such as Choreo Night, one of the largest inter-college dance competitions in the country, and Clash of Bands highlight high standards of performance and creativity. In addition, Sarang offers a broad spectrum of competitions ranging from literary arts to gaming, ensuring participants across the interests and disciplines. This year marks the introduction of the Sarang General Championship, an inter-college contest designed to reward consistency and excellence across multiple events. Sarang also hosts the IIT Madras Model United Nations, which familiarizes students with the principles of diplomacy, negotiation, and global affairs through structured debate. As evening sets in, Sarang transitions into large-scale concerts and performances that feature some of India's most celebrated artists. This year's lineup continues that legacy with performances by artists and bands such as Sri Lalgudi Krishnan, Sri Sid Sri Ram, and bands like Avial and Brodha. We are hopeful that this festival fortnight will not merely be a platform for experiential learning for our students, but also for students from other colleges and schools. I take this opportunity to thank all the advisors and IIT Madras student organizers and also wish them a good luck. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We now have a small video of the glimpses that are there in Shastra for the next 5 days. Before watching the snippet, I request the dignitaries to be seated in the bowl area. I would request the External Affairs Minister to please be on the dais as we are awaiting the fireside chat, and I would also request Neeta Jain to be on the dais. Thank you so much, sir.
Ever feel like you're being held hostage by your domain registrar's renewal prices? Cloudflare has a different approach. We offer domain registration at wholesale prices with no markups, year after year. Transfer your domain today and lock in fair pricing for the long term. Get transparent pricing, powerful security, and an easy-to-use dashboard. Stop paying extra for your domain and transfer to Cloudflare.
I need peaceful sleep, Rexa.
Not in my job description.
जब इस धरती पर कोई peacefully नहीं सोता, I'll be there. The Sleep Company, India's first and only smart bed mattress. The body goes soft comfort, back go firm support. Peaceful sleep mode on. The Sleep Company.
We will start the fireside chat soon. It's time for some intellectual conversations and deep insights. We now move into the most anticipated segment, an interactive session with Dr. Jai Shankar, External Affairs Minister, and Neeta Jain, our Co-Curricular Affairs Secretary.
I'm here, you're there?
Hello.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Anshita. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to welcome one of India's most influential voices in diplomacy and global affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar. A career diplomat and strategic thinker, Dr. Jaishankar joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1977 and went on to build a distinguished career spanning over 4 decades. He has represented India at the highest levels as ambassador to the United States, China, and the Czech Republic, served as the High Commissioner to Singapore, later as India's Foreign Secretary, and since 2019 has served as India's Minister of External Affairs, where he continues to shape and advance India's foreign policy on the global stage. Widely respected for his clarity of thought and articulation of India's interests globally, Dr. Jaishankar plays a central role in India's engagement with the world. Sir, we are honored to have you with us today.
The pleasure really is all mine, and I can't think of a better way to start the new year than being with all of you. And I'm really delighted to be not just in IIT Madras, but to be part of an event which is actually led by students.
Thank you for your kind words, sir. So if we may start with the chat, sir.
Sure, please.
Beginning with the formative years, sir. Since you come from a household steeped into strategic thinking, did you ever feel a sense of inevitability about joining the Indian Foreign Service? Or was there a moment in your life where you almost chose a completely different path?
No, I don't think there was a sense of inevitability about anything. Life is not like that. I think when I was your age, I was probably less knowledgeable than you, but probably as, probing my way or trying to figure out for myself what I would do in life. After the event, a lot of things would look it's a kind of post facto rationalization that looks like, oh, you knew that it was going to go on that trajectory. But believe me, when you're a vehicle on that trajectory, you don't actually have that sense of certitude and of finiteness. I think it was a combination. I mean, it was an interest, yes. It was an interest, and I'm normally very conservative about giving advice to people. But the one advice I give, especially to young people, is if you have an interest and you can make a profession out of it, believe me, nothing can be nicer, because you never think of it as, something you have to do. It's something which you like doing. It comes very naturally to you. Every day you actually enjoy what your work is. There is really no difference between work and non-work when you enjoy what you do.
Thank you for that advice, sir. Also, thanks to those eureka moments which made you decide that you want to take this path. And because of you, India's foreign policy has received a very positive outlook today.
Well, I didn't have a eureka moment. I had a set of, incremental decisions, yes, and then there was an orbital jump. Yes,
okay. Thank you, sir. If we may move to the core Indian foreign policy now. You had mentioned that instead of the traditional India policy, which is often a prisoner of Western intellectual constructs, we must root ourselves into a more Bharat vision with innate confidence. How do we prevent this from being misread by our Western partners as an anti-Western move instead of just the pro-Bharat evolution?
Look, I think the short answer, how you prevent people from misreading you, is to communicate. If you communicate well and clearly and honestly, I think other countries, other people respect it and accept it. Now, if you go around the world, actually, a lot of people are very proud of what they are about. What is their culture, tradition, heritage, and what is the persona, in a way. I see no reason why we should not be. I mean, after all, if you look at it, there are really very, very few ancient civilizations which have survived to become major modern nation states. And we are one of them. We have a sense of our past, which very few countries have. I mean, I can count those countries on the fingers of one hand, and not too many fingers at that. So we have, there is a lot that we have which is in us. It's something which is inherited, it's part of our belief system. Nobody needs to teach us that. You actually, in many ways, you pick it up, in your surroundings, in your homes. It is there in our language, in the concepts and metaphors we use. So how do you actually bring, it's like almost you have tools inside you, but you are not using those tools because your education system or the dominant intellectual stream is replaced it with some external tools. I have nothing against those. I mean, they also add to your capabilities. But how do you bring out those internal, tools and mechanisms and creativity and energies which are inside us and express them. And it's again part of an evolution because, after all 200 years, after a Western-dominated world, it is now 80 years since much of Asia and Africa and Latin America regained their independence. And in those 200 years, their own cultures got suppressed. So I think your question, how do you make sure this is not anti-Western? I think it's non-Western, and it's important for us to explain to the West that, look, there was a period of distortion where the natural diversity of the world was suppressed, and that diversity is now returning, and that diversity doesn't have to be threatening. That diversity will coexist with the West. In many ways, it would actually reinforce a lot of things the West believes in. One example which I cite in one of my books is it was our decision to opt for a democratic political model, which actually made the very idea of democracy as a universal political concept. That had we not gone that way, I think the democratic model as we know it would have been actually very, very regional and very narrow. And I would say it's our right, I would say almost a duty, our obligation to, express our thoughts and our values and our culture and our history. But it can be done in a congenial partnership kind of way, because I think that partnership with the West is important. I think it is very much a way of how we shape the world.
Thank you for that, sir. It actually reminds me of an excerpt towards the end of your book, Why Bharat Matters, where you mention, in the passing years, India is definitely going to matter because India is turning more Bharat. And I think that message is very clear now as we rediscover our heritage and the messages from that. Thank you, sir. Sir, speaking of recent developments, we have seen how India has had a considerably increasing impact globally, be it with its adapting the role of Vishwamitra and its neighborhood first policy. However, this also shoulders newer responsibilities onto us, like Vaccine Maitri, while we also have to accelerate our self-growth to become the Viksit Bharat by 2047. How do you think we can strike a line between India's global credibility and maintaining the immediate domestic deployment of our resources for our growth?
I don't see that as a either or choice. If you look at the history of the world, countries have not grown by saying, I'll grow at home and I'll have nothing to do with abroad because it's a waste of my resources or it's a subtraction of my resources and energy from home. In fact, countries have grown by growing at home, then engaging abroad, leveraging the international environment, in a way contributing to it, gaining from it, and to me being, see, when we again use this word sometimes so casually, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, what is actually the messaging of that word, of that term? The term is that we have never considered the world as an inimical or a hostile environment from which we have to defensively